What's up everyone, Danny Lina back with another Warbots video. Today we're going to be trying out the Skyros. Now back in the day, the Skyros was amazing. There was a time where you used to be able to put a repair amplifier on this thing and it would just become a complete beast. But unfortunately, now that they've done the module rework and added the specializations, we no longer have that option. So we're going to go ahead and run a robot accelerator on these specializations, and we're going to go ahead and run a overdrive unit just in case we need to come out of the ball and do some damage. Generally, you don't want to come out of the ball with this robot, and I'll show you why right now. So most of the time when I decide to come out of the ball, things usually go south because this robot is extremely squishy when you come out of the ball, so this is kind of what you can expect to happen. We got beat up bad. So if you decide to come out of the ball when you're playing the Skyros, you have to be extremely careful. And I mean extremely careful because you will go down like a sack of bricks. Now when it comes to drones, this is the first time I've tried the Hawkeye, but this gives them a lot of healing. So that might be a really cool thing to have on this robot. Normally I would either play the Shy drone or the Armadillo. Both of those are amazing, but today we're going to go with the Hawkeye and see what it does. When it comes to the weapons, I'm definitely going to go with the harpoon weapons because that's going to give me an additional shield and make my robot a lot harder to kill. That is if nobody hits me with shield breaker. Now when it comes to the pilot, we have the Theseus. For some reason it's not letting me change skills. Every time I try to change a pilot skill, I'm getting some weird loading error and it just doesn't take. So we're playing the skills as seen here. We got Ninja, we got Roadhog, we got Armor Expert, we have Spy, we have Stubborn Warrior, we have Adamant Roadhog, and we have Stubborn Speedster, so this thing is completely set up for speed and a little bit of durability. One skill that I don't have that I would really like to have is the Engine Expert, so every time I would go into the ball, I would move faster. That would be another really nice skill. There's the Defense Expert, so that gives you defense points when you're in the ability. Like I said, for some reason, every time I try and change a skill, it's not working, so we're playing without that one, unfortunately, but that skill should be on there. There are two shield skills, which is kind of optional. If you want those, you can run them, but a lot of people do hit you with shield breaker, so I don't know. It's kind of worth having, kind of not worth having. You would have to sacrifice some speed to add some of these other skills. And it would be nice to have the mechanic skill on here, but again, every time I try to change skills, it's just not working, so we're stuck with the ones that I told you about a second ago. So we are going to take this into a couple of games and find out if this thing is still worth playing. So should you build a Skyros in the workshop, or should you run one or level one up if you got one? Let's find out. If you purchase something on the Warbots web shop, don't forget to enter code DannyLightning at checkout, all lowercase and one word. That helps support this channel, and you might find some discounts and free stuff on the web shop as well. Supporting this channel helps it keep bringing you videos just like this. I'll put a link to the web shop in the video's description and the pinned comment. Alright, so for the first game, this is a really good map to test the durability on this thing. We're going to go ahead and run right into the center, try to grab the center beacon, and find out if this thing is still durable. More than likely, about 1 million people are going to shoot at me, so let's see what we can do here. Can we play the Skyros the way we used to, or is it going to get stomped? All right, so I am taking huge amounts of damage. All right, this is not looking great. I'm hitting my healing there. It's kind of helping. Let's run over this way and see if we can survive. All right, what just happened there? I don't appreciate that. And oh my God, we are dead. All right, so as you can see, the Skyros is no longer like a super tank that's almost unkillable. So I think we're going to have to learn to play this a little bit differently. We're going to try and just avoid groups of enemies, and we're just going to roll around and try and get beacons. We'll not, getting into a giant fight where it's like 1 versus 5 or 1 versus 3. So we're going to play it a little more cautiously and see what we can do with it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and drop our Skyros in on the road map. So my goal is to probably grab the first beacon that's as close as possible and then go grab the beacon over there on the left. Now, if you got the Armadillo, all right, so I just went past it. I should have grabbed it, but something tells me get over to this beacon as fast as possible because my teammate should be smart enough to grab that other beacon. But if you're running the Armadillo, you need to make sure you get as many beacons as quickly as possible. I also think this is probably the best first or last robot because once Titans come out, they will wreck your Skyros. So what I want to do is make sure I stay more on a 1 versus 1 type of battle here. I'm going to risk coming out of the ball, I think, once I get in here. That guy's almost dead, so yeah, why not? We got a kill, but bam! Let's go back into the ball and catch this beacon. And we're going to try... Ah, crap. There's a Sam Jock on here, so we're going to have to use our healing module and hope we survive. This thing is definitely not as strong as it used to be, but unfortunately, like I said, though, I couldn't change my pilot skills, so... You know, what can you do, right? What can you do? The game's not allowing me to put the tanky skills on this thing, so we're playing it in a faster but a little more squishy manner. So we're going to try and heal up a little bit. We almost got wiped out right there, so we had to retreat and heal. So let's see what we can do here. This is not looking good. I do wish I had the mechanic skill, and I do wish I had that thing that made me more durable in my ability. But if we can play this and do well with it in this fast but squishy form, then we know it's going to be good once you put some more of those durability skills on it as well. But yeah, defense points are what keep you alive these days, so I do really wish I could have had that skill, but it is what it is. The game's malfunctioning and will not let me change skills, so hey, what can you do at that point? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's go grab this beacon back here. I should be able to take this away from the enemies, no problem. It actually should be really easy to get this away from them. I don't think I'm going to have any problem whatsoever. Well, there's this guy flying over here. That's a bummer. So I'm going to try and make sure my drone keeps shooting that guy, because that will damage him and it'll heal me up as well. Due to the fact that I couldn't put the durability or the mechanic on here, I figured, you know, let's try the Hawkeye to get some extra healing. I mean, generally I think the Hawkeye is one of the best drones you can have for anything tanky. I'm going to go ahead and escape because I know I'm going to die if I stay over there. So let's hit the healing and try and get back in here till I heal up a little bit. So yeah, I mean, so far this is going pretty good for the way I've got this built, which is not ideal. I'm pretty happy with the performance. Now, you saw in the first game, it pretty much got stomped instantly when we ran into a group of people. So you definitely want to play it a little bit more like this. Keep moving, don't stay anywhere too long, and just focus on getting beacons. You don't want to come out of the ball very often. It's very rare that I take this out of the ball, because almost every time it dies within a few seconds of coming out of the ball. So you got to really be, oh man. But if you want to come out of the ball on the Skyros, you do have to be extremely careful. And I mean extremely careful. It's just super squishy when it's out of the ball. Alright, so this is probably going to be the final game that I record today. I am running out of time to record, so hopefully this one goes good. I got a couple of games that I think really show off what this robot's actually like. So if this is another good one, we'll just play out the full battle. If not, I'll show you one of the other ones. But bottom line is, so far the Skyros is doing pretty decent. It's really fast. It can grab beacons. You just got to be really careful with it. So what I'm going to try to do is grab this one, and then I'm going to move over to the beacon over here and hope they don't stomp me. This may be a very bad decision because there's a pretty good chance several enemies are going to shoot me at once. I mean, maybe, maybe not. We'll find out what's about to happen here in a minute. I'm a little scared to see how this goes, but I am going to do my best not to die over here. So let's go ahead and move on over this way. These guys are a little bit on the crazy side, and I do not appreciate them one bit. Alright, so we're going to steal their home beacon. Now this will be another good test for durability because there's going to be a lot of people shooting me right now. Let's see if we can survive this with our healing module, alright? Alright, perfect. That guy's dead. The other Skyros came over. He came out of the ball, and unfortunately he got smashed, but he sacrificed his robot so we could get the beacon. And I mean, that worked out. Right now our team is dominating on beacons, so that's a good thing. Here comes a really fast Fenrir and a Raptor. So I'm going to go ahead and leave because if I stay in there, they will kill me. We don't actually need to keep that beacon. So we're just going to go ahead and move on and get the heck out of there because there's really no reason for us to try and keep that, to tell you the truth. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and wait till I'm not locked down anymore, and I think I'm gonna go annoy some of these people. Alright, I'm getting hit really hard, so I definitely need my healing, and I want to make sure that drone keeps shooting that guy. That way I can get some healing from the drone. But as you can see, this is somewhat durable in a one-on-one situation, but you know, they got me. So Skyros is definitely not what it used to be. It's a very fun robot to play, but unfortunately, it's not the killer tank that it used to be. But I do enjoy playing it. So we'll just go ahead and finish off the rest of this game. I mean, I think Skyros is probably sort of, maybe kind of worth playing or worth building in the workshop. It's not going to be one of my highest recommended bots anymore. It's good, but you know, I mean, even this super tanky Leo, look how much damage this just took. Now, once they tone down, if they tone down some of the weapon damage, I think robots like the Skyros and a lot of other robots will be really good again. But one of the main problems is something like Ravager with those horrible weapons that will just eat your robots from 9,000 meters away in about one shot. Those are very hard to deal with. I don't care what you're playing. I mean, look how fast they killed my Leo robot, right? That is the tankiest robot in the game right now, and they just stomped it into little pieces quickly. So, I mean, if something like that gets beat up that quickly, pretty much any robot that's not extremely durable is also going to be beat up pretty quickly. So these days, you got to play everything with caution. In my opinion, that makes beacon games very hard because, you know, you need durable brawlers to grab and take and hold beacons, and pretty much even the tankiest robots, even my Ultimate Fenrir and my new Leo will get shot out of the sky so fast on some games it's not even funny. Sometimes I kind of wonder about that. It doesn't seem like something like that should die so quickly. I mean, even my Titan, look how much damage my Titan's taking here. They're just stomping it to pieces, guys. That Titan is getting wrecked. So let's try and get rid of this guy. We're going to try and survive for a minute. Let's go back behind cover. That way we can do more of a one-on-one fight instead of having 15 people shooting me in the face, because you know what? I don't really appreciate 15 people shooting me in the face. That's definitely not my bag, baby, like Austin Powers would say. Some people might like 15 people shooting them in the face, but I do not like it. I don't like it at all. I think it's terrible, honestly. I think it's super terrible to have 15 people shooting you in the face or shooting you in the buttocks. Neither one is any good. But yeah, I mean, I do still like the Skyros, but it's definitely not what it used to be. Now, there is a specialization skill for the Skyros to make it grab beacons faster. You would have to sacrifice a little bit of speed, but, you know, if you really think about it, maybe that's the way to go if you're just trying to get beacons. But either way, I think it works out. All right, let's see if we can get rid of these guys. Yeah, we got a Titan Slayer, but bam! I'm still a little bit unsure how some people are making this Devourer Titan unbelievably strong. I mean, when I play it, it's good, but it's not that strong for me, right? It's just kind of so-so. It's decent, but it's not, I don't know, it's not like super durable. I run into a lot of these things that are doing way more damage than I could ever imagine, and for some reason, they seem harder to kill than a Mauler. And I'm not really sure. I got all the durability skills and everything on this to make it as durable as possible, and it still dies pretty quickly. So I'm not really sure why some of these feel like they're almost immortal. Some people got some crazy stuff going on, I guess you would say. I don't know, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, game over. Our team wins. Perfect. Not a bad battle whatsoever. We tested out the Skyros. We played a couple of games. We had a little bit of fun. And our team wins on the last game, which is perfect. So there we go. Bam. We got her. Seven kills, 7 million damage, 2 assists, and 4 beacons. I will take it. I will take it. All right, so bottom line is I had a lot of fun playing the Skyros. It's definitely not the world's best robot anymore, but I still like it. Now, I do miss when it was almost unkillable. You could just sit on a beacon for what felt like an hour and nobody could take you out. Those days are done and over with, but it's still a pretty good robot. I'm not really sure if I recommend building it in the workshop currently, but, you know, if you got one, play it sometimes. It's a good time. It's definitely good for keeping beacons. If you keep moving, don't stay in one place too long. If more than one enemy shows up to bother you, you might want to move and go try and grab another beacon if possible, because it's not going to be able to hold beacons like it used to but it's still pretty good. So currently I would say I like the Skyros, but I don't love it. It's pretty decent, but you know, not really what it was supposed to be for anymore. It's just kind of an okay robot that's fun to play. It's definitely something that's nice to have in your hangar for a little bit of variety to throw in every once in a while, but yeah, not my highest recommendation anymore. There's several other robots in the workshop that I would probably build before the Skyros now, so as soon as they get the new workshop update up in live, I'm going to make a new video on the workshop and, you know, best robots, best workshop weapons and stuff like that, but I'm kind of holding off until the new update goes live on the workshop. I don't know when that's going to be, but it should be pretty soon. It was supposed to show up on this update, but for some reason, it still hasn't. Anyways, Skyros is a cool robot. It's a lot of fun to play, but yeah, I'm not really sure if I recommend it anymore. So that's pretty much the deal right there. At this point in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys and gals a lot. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that little bell, set those notifications to all so YouTube notifies you when I make new videos. And don't forget to check out my affiliate links or the Danny Lightning merch store. You guys and gals are awesome. Links to that stuff in the video's description. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time. Lightning out. See ya.